We're only 3 games into the season, yet people are panicking and talking of a crisis. I mean, what's your take on? It's not good the way we started, but there's room for improvement there, isn't there?
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a very poor start to the season, but we always knew it was going to be tough. Those first 2 games, when we first saw the league fixtures, I always thought were going to be tough games, and that didn't surprise me. However, I think it was a rude awakening on Saturday, and I think we need as a club and the team need to wise up now and realise it's going to be like this every week. You know, teams are going to play us, they're going to see us as a big fish in this league, and we have to understand we're in this league for a reason, and we have to respond accordingly. You know, and it was evident on Saturday that they were up for the game more than we were, and we're going to have to wise up very, very quickly.
There must be pressure on yourself, on Darryl, and on the players. I mean, you're firmly behind Darryl, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, we've itemised, we've highlighted another 3 players this week that we'd like to try and sign. 2 of those at least, strikers, and Darryl's now trying to make contact to see if we can make some progress on that. We'd like to have at least 1 in for Saturday. We're fully behind as a board behind Darryl and the team, and we're going to give him the resources to make sure that we can compete competitively in this league.
And how do you, as a board and you personally, react to the criticism you get? Because a lot of it is directed at you and the board, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, ultimately, in any business, the board takes responsibility when things aren't going well, and we have to stand up and be counted. But all I can say is I can assure everybody that we're giving 100% to try and make this club a success. You know, we've got lots of things on the go at this point in time, and on that basis, we will try to make sure that we get up and running as quickly as we can. We give the manager and the team the backing we need to make this club a success again.
I think everyone expected Rovers to hit the ground running and maybe win the first 3 games or certainly be undefeated. And it has been an eye-opener, a bit of a shock, but hopefully lessons have been learned and you've got a chance now, 3 games in a week, to turn it around.
Absolutely. I mean, we've had 3 games in the first week and we've got 3 games now coming up, and I think that's an ideal opportunity, and it comes on Saturday, and I'd like to hope that everyone will get behind Darryl on the team on Saturday, and let's try and give them as much support and help as we can to try and get our first 3 points on the board.
Have you been turned down by a lot of players, or has the club been turned down by a lot of players over the summer months?
Over the summer months, yes, we've got to the stages of nearly signing several players, and it's fallen by the wayside. We've also had a couple that we've got to the stage of signing them, we're not happy with their injury record, or there's been a few medicals that haven't been quite where we'd like them to be. But in saying that, I still think Darryl's assembled a squad now that with a few more additions could very much challenge in this league, and that's what we're trying to do. And
I guess you have to take your time, you have to get the right player, don't you? It's no good buying a player just for the sake of it.
Absolutely. You know, he's got a good budget, but the budget is not, infinite, in as much as to say that he can just go and sign anybody. We should, with the budget we've got, and we should with the squad we've got, the basis of the squad we've got, be able to add to that and to be able to challenge. We just need to get a couple of wins under our belt and start moving up the table, in my opinion.
Fantastic opening day crowd against Grimsby, over 7,000, and with the incentive on Saturday for kids go free again, hoping for another big crowd?
I would hope so. I mean, obviously there's going to be the disappointment of the losses at Barnet and Altrincham, but yes, I hope that the fans will look through that and say, look, we're only 3 games into the season, now let's get behind the team, as I said, and let's try and help Darryl and the team, give as much support as possible, as positiveness. We don't want negativity at the club, we want positivity at the club. That's the best thing that can actually get it through to the players and relax them. You know, putting pressure on the players is not a good thing, and we will do everything we can to try and relax the players and make sure that they're ready to hit the ground on Saturday.
It seems to me that they just need perhaps a little bit of a break, get in front, get that opening goal, and things could turn very quickly. Yeah,
it's a confidence thing, and everybody knows that in any sport, and when things are going well, things go well, and it breeds success. We've had fortunately been in a situation where we've been on a losing streak, and I agree. I think we need to get, we need a game or 2 where we get in front, we get the points on the board, and we can start to build from there. But unfortunately, what's happened to us lately is we've got a goal down and heads have dropped, and everyone can see it's clear to see, and that's what we've got to change around. It's a mindset that we've got to get through to now. That mindset's got to be positive, and if we do go a goal down, we've got to stand up and be counted and be positive, not just give up the ghost.
And I'll just ask about off the field. Jeff Dunford has resigned as director this week. He's put a lot into the club. What happens now? Do you have a vacancy? What happens to his shares?
We don't have to replace Jeff, and nothing happens to his shares, frankly. He's still a shareholder in the club. No, we have a vacancy that's there, and we've been actively looking all over the summer for new directors, investors anyway, to be honest with you, because we want to improve the structure of the board and we want to improve the skill sets on the board. I did explain this to the fans forum and at the Supporters Club AGM that was our target, to try and bring people in to fit some of the positions that we don't actually have the skill sets for on the board. So yes, we will be looking to bring somebody in. We've been talking to several people. Unfortunately, that hasn't worked at this point in time. But maybe in the next few weeks or the next few months, there'll be some changes that way, which will strengthen the club and be able to take it forward.
Do you actively receive applications for people to join the board, or do you approach people, or is it a two-way process?
I receive many applications from people wanting to join the board, and they are vetted. But at the end of the day, I have an obligation to Bristol Rovers Football Club to make sure those people are bona fide people who want to join the board for the right reasons, and that's the difficulty, is in making sure that they want to join the club for the right reasons. We also have many people who want to invest in the club, but you have to make sure that both the level of investment and and the reasons for investing are the right reasons. It's a very difficult scenario to be in, to be honest with you, because if we were to sell the club or allow big investors to come in for the wrong reasons, it could backfire on us big time.
Are you still enthusiastic about your own role with the club and being chairman of this club, and you think you can take it forward?
I've got no reason for not feeling optimistic. I mean, we're in a bad position at this point in time, but we've got a lot of things on the horizon. The stadium is still moving ahead. It's slowly, I admit, and that adds to the frustration of the club. And I'm sure that once we get some good news on that will filter down and it will get a feel-good factor going again. But that is added to the frustration to the position on the pitch. But we've got to stick in there. We've got to go in. We've got to keep going. At the end of the day, I just ask everybody to try and get behind Darryl and the boys and make sure that we give them as much positivity as we can over the coming weeks.